Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today. Now the Mayans have been a subject of a lot of my videos, and I just want to talk about a discovery that was made in this area of Quintana Roo in the Yucatan Peninsula. Let me just jump over to this website here. This is the Yucatan Times, and I will leave the link below, of course. It says, 10,000-year-old skull found inside a cave in Quintana Roo. The finding contributes to research on climate change and the first inhabitants of America. During the exploration of the Great Maya Aquifer, the explorers and archaeologists have made important discoveries. Some of the most noteworthy ones are fossilized remains of megafauna, which I find very interesting, a pre-Hispanic Maya altar in pristine condition, and the skull of a man over 10,000 years old. The three findings were made during the first 6 months of the research, and they were located within a 50-kilometer radius of the Maya zone comprising of the communities of Muyil, Tulum, and Chapán, in the state of Quintana Roo. The project director, Guillermo de Anda Alanis, explained that we would be facing a unique discovery regarding the archaeology pertaining to the first inhabitants of the area. When the explorers found the cranium, it was covered in a hardened mineral substance, which would indicate that when the individual died, the water level in the cavern was rather low, for the layer was formed due to constant water dripping that must have lasted for centuries. Both this skull, as the remains of Naya, will help the archaeologists to correlate the timeline following the occupation of the first humans in the Yucatan Peninsula with the help of some geological events of the formation of these systems. As for the Maya altar, it was identified as belonging to the early post-classic period, roughly 1,000 years ago, and it was one of the best preserved ones so far, because it still keeps most part of its original facing. And I guess this is the Maya altar right here. And if there was a skull 10,000 years old, the Maya did what other cultures did. They just put their religious ceremonial structures or buildings or altars on top of much more ancient sites that were highly important to them. It says, the underwater explorer and member of the GMA project, Robert Schmittner, identified low release of anthropomorphic figures as well as zoomorphic and some abstract. And that is the same thing we see in Egypt, anthropomorphic figures, human bodies with animal heads. That seems to be something common, on the other side of the world also. Is that a coincidence? Is there a common foundation for this? That is something that is just interesting to think about. And just in conclusion here, it says, at this spot, they also found a fragment of stalagmite placed as an offering due to the fact that the ancient Maya associated these formations with fertility. So I just found this article to be very interesting, and I will leave the link below. And when I just read this, it seemed to have a lot of things that reminded me of ancient Egypt. And we have a skull 10,000 years old and a Mayan ceremonial site built in the same area. I just found this fascinating. Hope you did too. And I will just take you out on Google Earth so you know where this location is. It's in Quintana Roo in the Yucatan Peninsula. Hope you thought this was interesting, and you all have a very nice day.